prospects of an interest rate rise receded today as bleak news emerged on wages. Pay rises have fallen for the first time in 5 years and continue to lag behind inflation. And the Bank of England reckons the situation won't get much better anytime soon. But there was some good news on unemployment. Our consumer editor Chris Choi looks now at what it means for business and for workers.
Just like the UK economy, this precision cutting factory in Barnsley has more employees. But as elsewhere here, many workers are struggling on wages that are failing to keep up with rising living costs.
It was a tough call for us last year to say that we can't do any kind of inflation rise. But there are other ways to support your employees in terms of flexible working and being good employers wherever we can.
Since the spring, the unemployed fell by 132,000 to just over 2 million. But average wages rose by just 0.6% in the year to June, the slowest rise on record and far below inflation, running at 1.9%. It's here at the Bank of England that those figures are being watched intently. Today, they said their own research confirms that if they put up interest rates before salaries rise, households will be left in difficulty. And beyond the bank, politicians on opposing sides recognise stronger recovery relies on more people feeling it in the pay packet.
There is a very long way to go. And of course we have to keep working to make sure that we get the recovery, that we get the sort of economy that we need to have in this country. And in that context, the Bank of England has taken the clear position that they have on interest rate rises too.
When you start to look at the wealth of people individually, GDP per head, it's actually still very flat. Productivity is very low. It's taking more and more people to turn out the same amount of goods and services. So we've got a real problem in our economy.
More people in work is a sign of an improving economy, but more money in work is what it will take for many to feel the effect. Chris Choi, ITV News.
Still to come this evening, head teachers prepare to publish new league tables, but will it make choosing a school any easier? And dumbstruck, the children overawed by their mother's amazing achievement. That and more after this very short break. Welcome back. Secondary school heads in England are planning to publish their own set of league tables. They say the rival rankings will give parents more useful information than the official government data and will include more details on extracurricular activities such as music and sport. Ben Chapman reports now from Birmingham.
At this school, these children can still enjoy some sport during the holidays. Now, head teachers want extracurricular activities like this to count in their own new school league tables after accusing the government of political meddling in the current system.
Government uses league tables a lot now, not really just for informing parents, but also for trying to change the behaviour of schools and of heads, changing which qualifications are on offer, trying to get schools to fall into line with government policy.
The government currently ranks schools by the proportion of students getting at least a C in 5 GCSEs. From 2016, that will change to overall performance in 8 subjects. But the heads' new system will include all GCSE results in all subjects from this year. And they plan to include other factors like class size and provision of music or sport.
Head teachers say that by including things like participation in sport, parents can make a more rounded decision about which school to choose. The danger is that forcing them to choose between league tables will just create confusion.
I would like to have one definitive list, and right now I'm happy with the government's.
Whereas the government have probably got a more politicalised agenda. So I would naturally, as a parent, go towards the school's independent league table.
But teachers are also accused of using multiple exam resits to boost their score. The government is taking them out of its rankings, which it says face robust checks for accuracy. Parents will soon have more information to wade through, and no guarantee it'll make their choice any clearer. Ben Chapman, ITV News, Birmingham.
A passenger train has derailed in Switzerland, leaving several injured. Swiss police say 3 carriages came off the tracks following a landslide near the ski resort St. Moritz. The number of people suspected of contracting the deadly Ebola virus has now reached almost 2,000. The World Health Organization has reported 128 new cases and 56 deaths in West Africa. And the children of actor Robin Williams have paid him a loving tribute. In a statement, they said the world will never be the same without him. His daughter Zelda said one of his favourite things in the world was to make you all laugh. Glowing tributes have been paid to one of the last great stars of Hollywood's golden era. Lauren Bacall has died at 89 after a career spanning 7 decades. With her smouldering looks and husky voice, she starred in more than 50 movies. Paul Davis looks at the life of a screen legend.
You know you don't have to act with me, Steve. You don't have to say anything and you don't have to do anything.
It was the seductive voice and the trademark lingering look that turned this daughter of Jewish immigrants from Romania into one of Hollywood's legendary sirens.
You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow.
It was on the set of her first film she met Humphrey Bogart. He was the established star, 25 years older than the 19-year-old newcomer who'd been spotted modelling for a magazine photoshoot. As Bogey and Bacall, they became Hollywood's golden couple, co-stars in Celebrity Marriage and in a series of films.
What was that you said? Oh, my father should hear this.
They raised 2 children and were together until cancer claimed Bogart's life in 1957. For Bacall, there was then a brief engagement to Frank Sinatra. She's been credited with inventing the phrase Rat Pack. The movie roles were not so regular, but she still shared star billing with some of the biggest names like Marilyn Monroe.
I can't shack up with a dame I never even met, and she's crazy, too. At high time, too.
Despite 50 films, including Murder on the Orient Express, it was 2009 before she was awarded an honorary Oscar.
I can't believe it. A man at last.
Reacting to news of her death, longtime friend and fellow actress Barbra Streisand today said she was an original. Even with all those great films we can visit again and again, she will be missed.
Sometimes I know exactly what you're going to say.
A star in her own right, she will forever be remembered as half of one of Hollywood's legendary couples.
The other times you're just a stinker.
Memories of Lauren Bacall, one of the greats in Hollywood history. Finally, the husband of Joanne Pavey, the 40-year-old mother of 2, became the oldest woman to win in the European Championships, told ITV News today it was a massive shock when she finally won gold. Our sports correspondent Ian Payne reports.
This is it! Her whole career has been about this moment. It's gold for Joanne Pavey.
Joanne Pavey, the epitome of persistence, winning her first gold medal in her 12th major championship, and she's almost 41.
I just can't believe it. At the start of the year, I didn't know if I'd be able to qualify for the championship. So to actually come away with gold, I'm just so happy.
The joy extra special as she did it in front of her 2 young children and her husband.
You know, when you're 40 years old and you've been running for over 20 years, to do your biggest thing at this age is, you know, it's going to, it's a massive shock, really.
Today, with Mum resting, it was Dad minding the fort. That is Jacob, who's 4, and Emily, who's 11 months, and every parent knows what that's like.
We kind of knew from her training...
made one.
Oh, thank you, Jacob. You've got to wait while I'm talking. Make another one.
Noisy when you want quiet.
And obviously with the Commonwealth Games, Jacob, we're going to be doing loads of outtakes. It'll be the funny bits.
And quiet when you want noisy.
How did you feel when your mum won the gold medal? Were you cheering for your mom when she won? What were you cheering?
Joanne Pavey may be European champion, but for her son at least, there's one other event that's much more important.
They have a mum's race at the preschool. He probably thinks that's a bigger deal because he's beating all of the little boys' mums, you know.
And there's bound to be Pavey love in the air again on Saturday as Mum goes in the 5,000 metres. Ian Payne, ITV News.
We love Jacob. That's all for now. Mark and I will be back with news at 10 later with the latest from Iraq and around the world. For now, though, from all of us here in London and in Erbil, goodbye.
preparing the nation every day. ITV National Weather, sponsored by Vitabiotics Vitamins.
Hello, good evening. Through today we've seen a fair amount of dry weather and also some warm sunny spells, but we had a scattering of showers sinking southeastwards. As we go through the next few hours, we'll begin to see those showers clearing the southeast of England, becoming dry overnight with some clear spells, but out towards the west we'll see showers redeveloping, and those showers will become widespread during the overnight period. Temperature wise, it's going to be more comfortable for sleeping with lows of 11 degrees, particularly out towards the coast and also in the countryside. Tomorrow we start off with those showers heaviest across parts of Wales and also the southwest of England. The further east you are, particularly for England, it's going to be a pretty fine start with some nice sunny spells. A cloudier start though for much of Scotland with some light showers. Those showers will eventually make their way eastwards across many parts of the country during the afternoon, and they will be quite heavy at times and possibly on the thundery side, particularly across the south. An improving picture for western parts of Scotland and also Northern Ireland, becoming quite dry by the end of the day with some nice sunny spells, but also a breezy picture all round, and that's going to have an effect on the temperatures, not to mention those heavy showers. During the drier and brighter periods we'll see temperatures peaking at 17 to 21 degrees Celsius, but during the rain it could be a few degrees colder, so you might need your coat tomorrow afternoon. Looking further ahead, well, we are going to see the low pressure which has been out towards the northwest gradually moving away into Scandinavia. A ridge of high pressure is going to build in from the southwest. That will settle things down for Friday and Saturday, but I'm afraid on Sunday more low pressure arrives from the northwest, turning things unsettled again. Bye-bye for now.
ITV National Weather, sponsored by Vitabiotics Vitamins.